How's it going? Mark Linder, your friendly real estate broker, coming to you live and direct here from the 1-8 Real Estate Group. I hope you're having a great day. The title of today's video is the 5 reasons that keep renters from buying or purchasing a home. And so let's get right into it today. The number one reason that a lot of them might talk about is they'll be like, well, hey man, the market. I don't know if it's the right time to enter into the market. I don't know what's going on with the market. I don't know if it's going to go up or down. So let's talk about the market first, okay? First and foremost, as we look at the difference between this year and last year, okay, we have all of May's data here we're going to be talking about. For starters, let's start with the good news. The good news is that the appreciation rate is ranging anywhere from 2 to 5% right now in DFW, okay? So in Collin County, the appreciation rate is 2.3%, going up 2.3%. In Denton County, it's 3.1%. Dallas County is 2%. And then in Tarrant County, it's still 5.1%. So the market is still very alive. Now, that is appreciation year over year. And that's a good appreciating market, which is great news for a buyer. And we'll get into that in just a second as well. Another thing to think about with the market report and the way the market's going right now is this thing called days on market. So as a buyer, what's really, really great, as opposed to like last year or even a couple years ago when properties were literally put them on the market, 2 or 3 days, they're gone. First day, they're gone. Right now, the days on market has went up, which means buyers are getting a little bit more of a choice, a little bit more breathing room in trying to find a home. And there's a little bit more inventory, quite a bit more inventory out there and choices for buyers. So the market has normalized a little bit where it was grossly in the seller's favor. Now it's kind of more of an even playing ground as opposed to the last few years. And so the days on market have went up anywhere from 33 to 80%, as far as 27 days in Collin County, 20 days in Denton, 19 days in Dallas, and 13 days in Tarrant County. So the days on market, although they're all still under a month average, they're definitely much higher than the 1, 2, 3, or even 4 or 5 days that we saw a year or two ago. So that gives you a little bit more breathing room as a buyer, and that makes it a great time to buy a house. Now, another metric that we'll look at in terms of the market real quick is the month's supply. This too reinforces the previous point. Now, the month's supply is up anywhere from 14 to 32%. So now, what month's supply means is that if they didn't put any more houses on the market or build any more houses, there were no additional increases in inventory, how long would it take for all of the inventory in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to sell? And so here's how it goes. Anywhere from 14 to 32% increase from last May, by the way, and that is 3.8 months in Collin County, 3.4 in Denton, 3.3 in Dallas County, and 2.4 in Tarrant County. So there's a good increase in your days on market, there's a good increase in your month's supply, and the appreciation is still going good. So folks, what does all that mean? It means it's a great market. That's the number one point that a buyer might talk about. Now, our number 2 point as to why a buyer would wait to buy a house or decide not to buy one altogether is they don't have the down payment. Now, this is one of my favorite myths to dispel with first-time home buyers, and that is, everybody has this idea that, man, I've got to have $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 or 20, 30% saved up to get into a house, and I don't have all that, so I'm just going to keep saving. But here's the deal. Learn how to use OPM to create wealth for yourself. That's other people's money. And so one very cool thing to talk about in reference to that point is the fact that there are 100% programs, 0 down programs. There are gifting programs that will take care of the down payment. We can ask the seller now, since the properties are sitting longer and there's more inventory out there for us to choose from, we can ask the seller to pay for some of our closing costs and get you in virtually 100% into homes many times. Okay, and the other thing too is there are also 100% loan programs like VA and USDA. So, and we can use things like Linder credits as well. So there's all kinds of very creative things to do. Don't hesitate to find out what your options are before you make a statement, and let a good opportunity pass by to use other people's money to create wealth for you and your family starting today. So number 2, we've dispelled that myth. Now number 3, one thing that I hear people say all the time is they're like, well, I just think it's better to rent than it is to purchase. So I'm going to tell you some very good reasons as to why that very well may not be the case. First and foremost, if you are renting, you are making your landlord rich. You are paying for all of his costs. You are paying his taxes. You are paying his principal. You are making him rich. You are creating wealth for someone else. Do you want to create real wealth for someone else, or do you want to create it for yourself? By owning, there is this thing called principal. As you make your payments every single month, a portion of that principal is going to go towards paying that house off, thereby creating equity, cash, wealth into your personal financial store. So that's number 1, is you're creating principal when you own a home. Eventually you will pay that thing off. As a matter of fact, I know some methods to get it paid off in a much shorter period of time and decrease the amount of interest you spend. Number 2, the tax write-offs. As a renter, you don't have tax write-offs and you don't have principal. The tax write-offs are fabulous because you don't really want to pay Uncle Sam any more money than he deserves, right? And number 3, the often overlooked one, is the fact that the house is appreciating in value. That means, as we talked about, with the 2 to 5% appreciation rate that we're experiencing right now in Dallas-Fort Worth, you're literally making money as you sleep. And this is why many economists have stated that people who own homes have a 44 times net worth than those people that rent homes. So you definitely want to own your home, okay? So that's the number 3 thing that we wanted to dispel. I think based on those facts, it's probably way better to purchase a home. Even if you plan on moving out of it, even if you don't like it, it's an investment, okay? It makes financial sense. You can rent it, you can do all kinds of cool things with it. Now, number 4 reason why buyers decide to rent and not purchase is that they don't want to talk to a lender. I don't know what it is, but when I tell people, have you had financing set up? Have you talked to a lender? Do you know this? Do you know that? I know people are scared to have people look at their credit. People are scared to call that lender and have them look at everything. But the bottom line is, guys, unless you've got $400,000 or $500,000, $600,000 cash sitting in the bank, you're probably going to have to get a loan. And in order to get one, we got to get you in touch with a lender. And you know what? The great thing about it is it doesn't cost you anything to talk to a lender. It's totally 100% confidential. Find out where you stand. Who knows? You might be ready to go right now. But if you're not, find out what 2 or 3 items you need to take care of to put yourself in a position to be maximized in your purchasing power and enter into this market with the low interest rate right now. I mean, we're doing good on interest rates. They were going up for a while. Now they've come back down. Man, it's hot out there right now. This is prime time season in the summer here right now to purchase a home. So that's number 4. I say talk to a lender. And if you want to talk to one, get in touch with me. I can get you in touch with my lender. And they will take care of you for absolutely free, let you know all your options, and then you can decide whether you want to buy or not. No harm, no foul. No one's making you buy at all, but it's always good to have the knowledge at your disposal. Now, number 5, I don't want to talk to a realtor. Okay, and that's another thing. Sometimes people are scared to talk to us because they're like, man, I don't want to pay all these people. I don't want to pay the lender. I don't want to pay the realtor. Here's the great news. I've been doing this for over 16 years, and I represent buyers for free. It's free to you as a buyer to have representation. How great would it be if you end up going to court and you can get somebody representing you that has done this for over 16 years and done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of transactions and whatnot to represent you, look out for your personal best interest, negotiate on your behalf, and make sure that no one takes advantage of you with the fine print. No one takes advantage of you when it comes to your dollars. That's what the realtor is here for. I've done this a lot. I've been in the trenches. different markets, different situations, and I'm here to assist. So my name is Mark Linder with the 1-8 Real Estate Group. If I can be of assistance to you in helping you discuss some of these things, or maybe there's some concerns that I didn't cover today, give me a shout. I would love to help you get into a home right now in this prime time season while the interest rates are low. Give me a call. I'd love to be of service. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for listening to this message.